Hello everyone and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. So finishes Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle 2. I mean, honestly, just what a 3 points for Newcastle. I mean, puts pressure on Tottenham, means we're only 1 point behind Tottenham and only 4 points off Manchester United. I mean, I just can't explain how vital this game was to win. We needed a win. We couldn't draw. We couldn't lose.
But it was a roller coaster of emotions, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the game,
if someone wasn't a fan of either of them clubs, they would have enjoyed the game because it was just fantastic. Goals
end to end, wasn't
being
it,
disallowed. Forest players diving all over the place. We hit the crossbar twice.
Yeah.
Navas, he's a fantastic
saves.
goalkeeper, made 2 brilliant saves. Shelvey kept fouling Bruno all the time.
How was Shelvey not booked in the first
half?
I
think
three fouls on Bruno.
I've always said this, the Premier League, the inconsistency within the referees is really poor because, you know, there was just no consistency between the two teams.
I mean, he's a good referee, but tonight he was all over the place.
He made some good decisions, but there was some times where a lot of the Forest players were lucky not to get a yellow card. But of course, if it was 1-1, you know, I think we would have been even more angry with the ref, but we are not as angry.
I think Ayew should have been booked for his challenge in the first half on Shaw. And then Shelvey, you could tell by his body language and his look in his eyes that he was going to be a worky ticket tonight. And every time he got close to Bruno, he was fouling him and niggling at him. And the third challenge he did on Bruno was shocking, and he should have been booked, and he didn't. But anyway, we won, so that's the main thing. What about the disallowed goal though? I mean, Maxi got took off, and just want to talk to you about that first because you could see on the camera panned onto Howe and during the first half, and Jones, and Jones was talking, the coach, with Howe and Tyndall, and he was swearing he wasn't happy, and I think they weren't happy with what Maxi was doing with when he didn't have the ball.
He gave the ball away.
And I said to Charlie, I think they're going to take Maxi off at half time, and they did, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. But Anderson did really well.
He did brilliant.
He did really well.
Really makes you think, should he even start against Man United?
He was strong, he was direct.
It was brilliant. I felt really bad because for the goal, I want someone of you guys to comment down below, do you think this was offside or not? Because to me, I don't really understand some of the rules because I think they have put in some new rules, but I'm not sure. I think it had to do with Longstaff and the position he was in. But when you saw it at first, I could see you sort of didn't really think.
I was really annoyed, but I think I'm guessing that I'm sure the referee will come out and explain, or an ex-referee will explain. But I'm thinking the ball was played into the box. When it was played into the box, Longstaff was offside, but it wasn't going to him. But their player cleared it, and it deflected off him to Longstaff, who influenced the goal. It came back off Longstaff to Isaac, who manipulated the ball brilliantly, put it in, and it was a great header across the goal into the ground, as you coach to do. But so I'm assuming that's why. So it must be the rules. I'm not sure on the rules that it come off their player, and it was an advantage to us. So
I mean, the first goal that they scored, it was a mistake by Botman. I mean, it was just sort of where he took a bad touch, didn't realise the Forest player was in front of him, and it was a brilliant goal by Dennis. He is a good finisher, and he just chipped it over Botman, and he could have said Trippier could have maybe headed it away, but he couldn't really do anything. And then we pretty much controlled the first half. Forest
played some good football.
We were the better team, would deserve to win the game, and then in the just before half time, Isaac scores. I mean,
great finish.
What a player he is. I'm sure he's going to be such an important player for Newcastle in the future, because it's just like when you first look at him on the ball, he doesn't really look that fast. But it's just the way he sort of glides past players and he moves so swiftly and he's so strong. He's
changed direction, the pace quick.
100% worth the money, because apparently he actually turned down Man United before joining. But it's just.
But his
incredible.
goal, I think his goal, it was a great goal because he hit it back. I mean, it was hung up by, I think it was Willock, or it might have been Willock or Murphy, I can't remember. But he hits it back across the goal. But if you look on close inspection, I think it comes off his shin. But it doesn't matter, it goes in. But his movement tonight, and he's the way he manipulates the ball with his foot and then creates space. It's like as if he's going to lose it, a bit like Asprilla used to. You know, Tino Asprilla. He's a bit like him, but what a player he is. And Trippier had the penalty in his hands, and he was having a bit to do with.
We thought he was going to.
I think he was going to take it.
Oh no, I'm not.
And for some reason, he passed it to Isaac.
It was
who
a cool
composed.
finish.
He was very composed.
Navas, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, he just stood there. He couldn't do anything about it, and it definitely was a pen. I just want you guys to comment. Do you think it was a pen? I think it was. It clearly hits his
arms up like this when he flicks the header on, isn't it? So
I've got to admit, although we did win, we sort of did get away with it a little bit, because
we gave the ball away quite a bit, I thought.
I don't want to sound too negative, but on the sort of more negative side, the next games we've got to take our chances, because we sort of got away with it a bit with that pen, because it could have easily been a draw.
But to be fair, they defend Philippe and that with block and everything. He was really good at the back. And
they defended really, really well, to be fair. And you know, Forest, they've got an excellent home record, and Manchester City came there and it was a draw. So really, we've done really well to
after having that goal ruled out, to keep going and to get that winner was really good.
Fair play to the Forest fans as well.
They were noisy,
very noisy.
But I just want to talk about the goal that was conceded from a coaching point of view, which Botman goes to play it back to the keeper. Dennis anticipates the ball back. His movement's great, but he runs across Trippier, and Trippier should have sort of followed him again. And we've seen a few mistakes from Trippier. Overall, he's brilliant, but there's just little things we've got to continue to improve. And during the game, we did some really good stuff, but at times we were giving the ball away cheaply in the middle of the park. The defenders, the centre halves, were sometimes playing the ball in the midfield and losing it. It's putting them up under pressure, so we need to improve that. But delighted to get the win, and overall a good performance. We needed that, didn't we? We needed it. If we would have drawn it, I mean, Tottenham, they play Southampton tomorrow, and they probably will beat Southampton. Yeah. If we drew that, it would make and they won, it would make the gap even bigger. So it was so key. If we got a break and then play Man United, and then Man United at home as well. If we can take 3 points off them, and we need to get them back for the Carabao Cup final. Don't we? We're only 4 points off them, so if we did win that, we would go into third level on points. Obviously, it depends on how Spurs do in their game, but we have got a game in hand. And hopefully Gordon can be back as soon as possible, and Joe Linton as well. And we just found out about him maybe an hour or two before the game. Got a message that Miggy had been injured in training yesterday. He wouldn't be involved, and he could be out for up to 3 weeks. So that's bad news. But when you've got players in like Murphy did well again today, you know, he's looking sharp. I've been impressed. And when Anderson came on, he looked sharp. So these players that were coming on, and even Richie, I know Richie he'll go in the summer. He's been a great servant at the club, but he looks sharp. I know he's not the answer, but when he comes on, he looks fresh and sharp. You would think he doesn't really play many games, that he wouldn't sort of really be that sharp. But guys, I want you guys to comment down below. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you guys think that Newcastle will get rid of Maxi in the summer? And I want to ask you this because it seems like if he's a very talented player on his day, but if he's not doing what they are asking him to do, the club are obviously going to look at it and think, should he be really at the club? So I'm starting to think, are we going to let him go? It's a possibility. Because the club seems to be, you know, if an offer of 40 million came in, I think the club would accept. So I think we need to find out. Be the end of the road for him. I think we need to find out, was he took off because he was injured? Was he took off for a tactical reason? Let's finish. Or was he took off because he wasn't doing what they were going. So if that's what Jones and Howe was shouting on about, if it is that, then there's a possibility they might have had enough with him and he might go. But
I mean,
we might be wrong.
to make our budget bigger as well, but it's a shame to say. I hope he doesn't go because I really like him.
He's got lots of talent,
his day,
hasn't he?
He can be a fantastic player, and of course, maybe the club could look to getting someone better. But I just want to ask you, would you start Anderson against Man United? Because
it depends.
I think he's done enough to earn himself a spot.
He did excellent when he came on. He was confident, he was strong. So would I start him? Obviously, you've got to see what he's performing like in the training, and so based on that, I probably would on his effort there tonight. But it depends how he does in training and the other players, doesn't it?
So guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's try and get 500 subscribers before the end of March. Now, one of my friends wanted a shout out, so shout out to Will Wright. He's been begging us all the time to give us a shout out. So see you later.
Bye.
Bye.